Welcome everybody to What's Up Bolts. I am Fernando Ramirez. Chargers suffer what I think is their worst loss so far of the season, 17-15 to the Arizona Cardinals. We are here for you, Charger fans. We're here to talk to you. Um, I don't even. It's a bad. Oh, Robert, believe me, he is gonna jump on right now. To be honest, I mean, there was a lot of there was a lot of really bad stuff that happened. Some of the calls were just terrible tonight by the officials, and then obviously you look at on the other side, and the defense couldn't get any tackles. They couldn't bring down the opposing players. James Conner right now, Deion Henley's right on him, and he breaks out of a tackle and he scoots that way. Tonight was really kind of I'm sure for a lot of Charger fans, a mirror of the past where you've seen terrible play by the team where they're not tackling, they're letting guys go through. They were just it was just a bad night. Yeah, Cam Hart did struggle tonight, but just the defense as a whole was just bad. On the offensive side of the football, what I'm writing about tonight is they need to get Justin Herbert a weapon. And I understand Herbert only had 12 incompletions and everything, but when it gets to the point where you're in the red zone, or not in the red zone, but when you get into the opposing teams, on the opposing team side, you have to be able to count on somebody to be able to move the football for you, and the Chargers just don't have that right now. And that's indicative of the way the offense has really struggled. And it's one of those things where, look, I didn't even put the intro in tonight. That's how much I want to show you guys that I'm here for you guys. Somebody else that is here for you guys. He is not doing too well, ladies and gentlemen, but here he is. He's here for you guys.
Cut the music. Already popping a cold and frown. I am freaking seething. I don't even think I have this mic set up right. I'm so pissed off. Let me know in the chat if anybody else is drinking. I don't have my glasses, so Frown can read it out to me. But
Dan the man, Cooper Rubio says.
Jesus name, Cooper. Shout out, my boy. I can't even see straight. I'm so pissed. Are you kidding me? A personal foul? What is this league coming to, Frown? Long are the years gone of, Ray Lewis, Troy Polamalu, and Ed Reed. Now we're stuck with doofuses like Patrick Mahomes, Josh Allen, all these, beta males who don't even know what it means to be physical. This is unbelievable. I am so irate right now.
Dan, is your frustration more with the offense or the defense?
Let me tell you something. Tonight,
because I know you don't like blaming the refs unless it comes to Kansas City.
No. Well, this one, and me personally, the offense, that's kind of what you've expected all year. The defense, to me, just had so many stupid mental mistakes. Like, that call was horse shit. There's no other way around it. There's no other way around it. Like, it was the softest thing ever. You changed the game from 3rd and 10 to now 1st and 10 from, the Chargers 45 or whatever at midfield. Like, they're in great field position. Then you have missed tackles, missed assignments. Literally, the score that put them ahead was the stupid Kyler Murray 44-yard run for a touchdown. What's the first thing they teach you? Defensive 101. Quarterback contain. Quarterback contain on a guy who's about to fall off the face of the earth because the new Call of Duty comes out in 3 fucking days. Are you kidding me? What are we doing? That one slipped. But
no, it's fine, Dan. This is your show.
This is what happens, Charger fans, when you have expectations. I'm irate. Overreaction Monday. Send us all your overreaction comments. Let's see what we can get. Here's an overreaction. Tank, go get me a receiver, a guard. It's unbelievable what I'm watching. Overreaction. Don't win another damn game. Just go get a high draft pick.
Speaking of the whole thing is I really have of the mindset that I mean, they have a favorable schedule coming up, but with performances like tonight, they're just not going to be able to.
Favorable. We could play the Sisterhood of the Traveling Pants. We're not going to beat anybody right now. My God, in absolute heaven.
Joseph is asking, isn't Kyler Murray 4'10"?
Don't get me started. Don't get me started. He has all the upgraded packs in Call of Duty, all the skins or whatever. All the I'm so freaking irate. I can't even see straight for now. I can't even read what the hell's coming in here. You're gonna have to read this for me. I can't believe it.
All right.
Bozeman, it's unbelievable, dude. What are we doing up front?
Free Herbert, man. The middle of the line is so shit. Talent being wasted. Dan, what did you think of? I mean, you have to give. Brett said, Dan, break something with me. So pissed.
Oh my God, I wish I could find something to break. My God, I'm livid, Brett. I'm with you. You know, it's one thing, okay? Losing to the Kansas City Chiefs, one thing. These guys just got the break speed off of them, I think, not too long ago. This is a team that should have been a W in the column. What are we doing? And at least it's not like, the stupid quote-unquote chargering. This was just a game that reminded me of Anthony Lynn against the Ravens, that playoff game where they scored 12 field goals. Like, Jesus, my God. I don't know what anyone's thinking in the chat. I was kind of maybe don't go for it in the end there, but you go for it, you get the first, you can ice the game. So now, I don't even know. It's just unfathomable right now.
Dan, do you think it's more the predictability of the offense?
Oh, yeah.
Or did you feel like it was also like the offensive line just couldn't get any push? Because the Cardinals came out like hot from the beginning.
Yeah.
And they were not letting them get ahead. They were not letting them get any rush yards. I don't even think they had a rush for more than 6 yards on a carry. That's how good the Cardinals defensive line was tonight. And basically, I feel like the Chargers just gave the Cardinals life, where the Cardinals maybe have thought, oh, we're going to get down to 2-5, everything. And then all of a sudden, I mean, the Chargers lost 17-15. Like that should have been
barn burner.
Yeah, that should have. And like you said,
think about it. You score one touchdown. That's the difference maker. That's the craziest part, let alone 2 touchdowns. Like, my God.
Yeah. No, and Robert brings up a good point. And that's what I've been saying since last week. They got, I think, maybe 1 sack on Bo Nix last week. Then this week they get none on Kyler Murray. They get no consistent pressure last week.
Don't even get me started on that, because I think now you're starting to see a little bit the fatigue roll in, because you don't have Joey Bosa. Joey Bosa, when healthy, is a big time player, but they don't have him. So now Dupree has to play every snap. Mac probably has to play every snap. They don't have some of these guys backups like the way they wanted.
This comment. Oh, it's Tommy. What's up, Tommy?
Shout out my boy, drinking a Coors.
Tier Tart and Jalen Reagor mistakes just deflated the team from the start, and that is true. The Chargers basically, Dan, you hadn't been here yet, but the Chargers almost started identical last week against the Broncos, where they jumped out to a lead. Tier Tart picks off. Khalil Mack popped up the ball right into Tier Tart's hands, and he takes off running with it like if he's a running back. And James Conner comes up, pops it out with a punch that would make Peanut Tillman very proud. They get the ball back. They get the ball back. Then they obviously punt on that situation. But there you go. You missed points on that drive. Then the next Chargers offensive drive, Herbert has them rolling. They're going down the field. He has a huge pass to Jalen Reagor. Jalen gets the ball knocked out. It goes into the back of the end zone, and it's the Cardinals ball there. There you let go of 14, 10, even 6 points. That's two costly turnovers by the Chargers as a whole. So I just I really think, and I mean, I know that the defense struggled tonight, but still, they still held a high-powered offense to only 17 points.
Yeah, you score less than 20, you should be winning games.
And I understand that there was a lot of mistakes made by the defense. They deserve
costly, and it was costly at crucial times.
Yeah.
Like,
I completely understand, but I'm still going off of what I know and what I've seen, and that's that these guys do not have a playmaker on offense that could change their offense. there's nobody that could. There's nobody on like. There's no game changer on this offense. The only game changer was the guy with the ball, and that was Alex. Jesus, he goes. Tart channeled his inner Marlon McCree.
Jesus name, Jesus.
And Alex is right. They're relying too much on the defense, and that is true. So the problem is that they need to. There was a lot of drop balls as well. There was
That's
more.
another thing to bring up Joseph's point real quick. Bring up Joseph's point.
Yes,
you would think, honestly, this is the only thing I think we've been saying all season. Good point by Joseph. Shout out. Awesome. Having coach Jim Harbaugh as the head coach, you can lose games on a game-winning field goal. You can lose, by 10 points or whatever it is. What I'm having a hard time accepting through 4 weeks of this or 6 weeks of this, all these stupid penalties we've seen all season, all the little assignment errors or certain errors that are just, fundamentally unsound. Like they're talking about the 5 drop balls. If you're open, catch the football. You have the football, secure the football. Scheme and everything else, ability of the player aside, those are easy fundamental things that everyone should be doing on this team, being coached by Jim Harbaugh, because that's what you expect. You don't expect to make mistakes and shoot yourself in the foot and just hand games over to opponents. But they've done that. We've seen them do that. Pre-snap penalties, drop balls, fumbles, interceptions, stupid things like that. Like they need to figure that part of the game out, and then they're gonna start moving forward. But my God, they need to fix the details first. How many they had to burn a timeout because they didn't know what play they were running because they had to waste it on
play that Brendan Rice was in, and him and Jalen Reagor just got they couldn't get lined up right, and you could see Herbert losing his shtick.
Exactly, Brett. They couldn't even line up correctly. What are we doing?
Dustin is right here. Chargers offense is the worst that it's been in 20 years. Think about it. Brees Tomlinson era, Rivers era, Herbert, and with Eckler, Williams, and Allen. This is the worst offense since maybe 99. And Dan's one of Dan's favorite quarterbacks was the quarterback of that year.
He started on that guy.
Ryan Leaf. But no, and Mark, that does show the discipline, like that they are one of the least penalized teams in the NFL, but it just the opportunities of when it came, it was pretty bad. But the problem is also, like I said, there's no game changer on offense except for Herbert. Herbert tonight, I know that there's frustration and everything, but Herbert had a heroic performance, if anything. 27-39 with those receivers out there. Like there was multiple times where it was Scott Matlock, Will Dissly, Stone Smart, Jalen Reagor, and like what's his name? J.K. Dobbins in the backfield. Like there was just there's not a lot that you can say without pointing to the offense being terrible, because the fact that he does not have any weapons on there. And like you guys have been saying, the offense gets predictable when you don't have something like that. So I don't know if Jim and Joe will go make a move, but they need to do something because this is getting too predictable. I mean, how much could DJ Chark really add whenever he comes in? Like that's kind of the problem. Dan,
I know what to tell you. This is something we've been talking about since the bastard got drafted. They need to do, like I said, sorry. Shoot.
You're angry, Dan.
I'm pissed. I can't even see straight. I can't read anything right now. These are my non-prescriptions. You're lucky I haven't knocked over this microphone yet. This is an overreaction, right? This is year one. We knew year one was all about balancing the checkbook, getting through the season, and seeing what they're going to do next, right? This is basically Cooper. This is an open tryout for next year, basically. As shitty as that sounds, this is an open tryout for next year. Honestly, these 3 inside guys, I don't know if they're going to be back, and I think they know that. I think next year is going to be the year they're really going to gear up and do some things. But this year, this is what happens when you have expectations for out. This is what happens. Every game you think you can win, and when you lose, it pisses you off because I'm fuming, dude. It's already, we lost to the freaking Cardinals. Like, I can't believe that, honestly. Martin in here is a Cardinals fan. Well, at least someone's happy tonight, Martin. I'm in a terrible mood. Terrible. Damn it.
They do need to go get some. I mean, if you notice, the teams that have won Super Bowls as of late, it's they've all either they've had a great tight end or solid receiver. It's more on the tight end, but that's the emphasis on this is that you're looking at this Chargers team and they don't have a tight end that can I know Will Dissly has been playing better than many had thought. But Martin Sanchez.
Talking about Avalos.
He was talking about Martin Avalos. Sorry. So you guys just kind of commented
right
back to back.
Yeah.
So that threw Dan off. He doesn't have his seeing glasses.
I can't see. I can't see because I'm pissed, and I can't see because I was born with genetic defects. It is what it is.
But it's just incredible to me that this team is.
Oh, buddy, I don't think Parham's the answer guy. I've seen enough tape on that guy.
But it's incredible that this team is good. They have some playmakers. The problem is that they just cannot. They cannot get the ball in the end zone. Like even last week, they did at the beginning, but Dustin, I don't know if Mike Williams is going to be it for them. I mean,
I don't know. Look,
you have Njoku, you have Deontay Johnson, you have DeAndre Hopkins, and then some other teams are going to start mailing it in, like Hilberto said today. But would the Saints move on from Olave? I'd be really surprised if they did that.
Let them burn out.
It would have to be like the Chargers blow them out this next weekend, which I don't know if they can.
The way this is looking, yeah.
They would have to blow out the Saints, and then the Saints go, oh, you know what? We don't think we can win in the next few years. Let's get rid of them. But I don't think
this is exactly like what the Joker talks about. He's like, if of course, I'm going to butcher their scene. When he's talking about, if I say I'm going to blow up one truck full of soldiers, no one's going to lose their minds because it's going according to plan, no matter how bad the plan is. And I think that's where we are right now. They think right now this is going according to plan. Any W's this year is going to be, icing on the cake. But I think really what they want to do is see who's going to be their guys, what they can do, what they like to do. And then next year, really go out and get some people, because I find it hard to believe the future of the Chargers program is some of these guys up front that they have, let alone offensively. On both sides.
But you have to really give credit
offensively.
Yeah, you really do have to give credit to the Cardinals, though, because they kept on mentioning it on ESPN. They said Jonathan Gannon challenged this defense after their terrible loss against the Packers last week. And they really came out flying around. They did not let the Chargers run the football. They did not let the receivers go crazy. They didn't let anybody really go off on them. Besides that one big play to Jalen Reagor, other than that, they really didn't. I mean, you had the one to Stone Smart, I get, but really they were buckled down a lot of the game. And those corners are looking good that the Chargers grabbed. But Alex, I don't know if that is true. It's like Eric Williams said on Thursday. A lot of the times it's just teams wanting you to think, oh, hey, we're checking out on guys, but I just don't know. Guarantee so whoever. Not only Tampa Bay is making moves for receivers, I bet you San Francisco is also going to be looking for a receiver now that Brandon Ayuk is done for the season. So, and the Chiefs are still, I know the Chiefs are 6-0. They're going to still be looking for receivers. So yeah, they're going to have to do something, because if not, they are going to fall behind on this. And I'm sure guys are going to start going, but also it is the defense that just, it was a good. I mean, I still don't think that.
My God, Boltillo. That's exactly why I don't play fantasy. On the bright side, the last play with Connor won me my weekend fantasy. Well, shout out to you, my guy. At least you won something this year or this week.
Yeah, but it's one of those things. Chiefs are about to get Tyreek Hill. You watch. I don't know. I don't know if Miami would let that happen. But
devil magic they're doing if that happens.
But I really don't know what else. Let me
You know,
see.
we had this comment up
So
here.
better
Oh, there you go.
question on
Yeah,
my
yeah.
part. Would better players in certain areas make Greg Roman work better? Can we truly believe Greg Roman will offense will be better with playmakers next year? I honestly, Felix, I do think that there's a reason why they brought in certain coaches in that staff. They did it so that they could obviously do other stuff.
Salute.
They're throwing the football, Felix and Charger fans. They are throwing the football. They're putting an emphasis on it. They're letting Herbert go. I mean, Herbert threw for almost 350 tonight, if not a little bit more. And that's with guys that outside of Charger fans, I don't think other people could name. So there is an emphasis on throwing the football. It's just that these guys don't have the playmakers for it. They decided to stay with Joey and with Khalil because those guys bought in. Keenan Allen said, I want my money, and he left. And then obviously on the other side, which I mean, there's no knock on that. I mean, Keenan deserves all the money that he could get. And then on the other side, well, Mike was coming off a torn ACL, so I completely understand from that side. But now you're left without playmakers, and you have some guys that are good, but you don't have a game changer on that side, and that's what's really going to hurt these guys. So I feel like if they did get one or two players, that could definitely help the offense flow a little bit better.
Well, I think the other thing is, going off of that, you know, if you have the right dogs up front, anything can happen. You've seen it in, you know, I hate to say it, Kansas City, when they've won Super Bowls, they have one of the best offensive line in the league, and their receivers are the ones that are kind of whatevers, but we can kind of scheme things to get them open. Fast, shifty guys. Mahomes will extend plays. That's the type of offense you want to have. You want to run the football because an old coach is saying of what travels and come playoff time is a good defense and an even better run game. You want to be physical because that opens up the passing game. Do you imagine if Justin Herbert had an offense where they could average 4 yards a carry and then he can sit back there for, you know, 3 to 6 seconds? Like, he's going to pick apart any defense. The problem is he hasn't had that all year. He probably hasn't had that in his career up to this point. And, you know, it's just a matter of trying to vet guys and find the right guys, because right now, clearly they don't have it, and it's going to show and it's going to linger. It's going to be a pain in my ass. More Modelo's. I might pick up smoking. Who knows? Chewing tobacco. Nothing's off the table at this point. This is absolutely insane. It's a pain in my ass, but whatever. It is what it is.
The Abo effect.
But started.
But no, but Boltillo, it's not on Joe. I mean, Malik Neighbors he struggled after coming back, but I mean, I just don't think you can say that the Joe Alt, and I know where you're going. You're not like trying to crap on it, but they Felix, of course, we try and answer as many questions as you guys got. It's just that sometimes you guys fire them off right after each other, so we're trying to grab as many as we can. I
can't see diddly squat.
But the Joe Alt pick I still think is a great pick because it's not the tackles that are struggling. It's the inside of it.
Either way, it's 1 of 5 or 2 of 5.
Yeah, no, and that's what I mean. Like, if, like you said, if they are going to go get a new center and 2 new guards, at least you have the outside guys that could go and do stuff. But
I love Rob's comment here. Yeah, that's right. Gilbo must be happy tonight. Did he take the Cards to win the game also? Actually, that's a good question.
I think he had the Chargers winning the game.
Of course. The damn Hilberto curse. Jesus,
you know what?
Name, dude.
I think Quentin might have had a good game tonight, especially with the way
we don't live in ifs, ands, or buts. We don't live in ifs,
especially with the way he plays. I think
we don't live in. They're all body catchers. I'm tired of watching this. Why are they all body catchers, Frau? They're professionals. They're doing this. They're doing this. That's how you drop the football. Catch it with your damn hands. Do the diamond. The diamond. I'm not trying to do an Illuminati thing. Don't get excited. I'm not in it. Gosh dang it.
If you were, the Chargers would have won the Super Bowl.
Oh, an Illuminati thing? No, but then I'd be mixed up with Diddy and Epstein, and I wouldn't want to do that. I'm good. You know they're all in there. Let's be real. By the way, I hope that thing goes to trial. I've been saying that to everybody who'll listen.
Dan, you're about to get people jumping in here and the wrong kind of people. All right. Would the Colts move Pittman? Brett, I don't think so, just because the Colts are also in the mix now with the Houston Texans having lost. I think they're in the mix, so obviously they're gonna want to keep all
my picks went up in flames this weekend. I'm so pissed, and I bet you that what kind of adjective do I want to use to describe Hilberto? All right, I don't want to pick one right now, but I bet you he did excellent this weekend. His damn curse.
Let's see. Why not let them run in a TD after the terrible flag, save our timeouts, and have over a minute and 30 to
I
score
thought
a
the same
touchdown versus
thing.
lose?
I thought the
That's what
same
Dan
thing.
was saying.
Let him
Dan was mad.
score. But
You
you
know
never
what?
know. He could have taken a knee or whatever.
I'm
Who
gonna be
knows?
honest. I know you
Yeah,
have to
there you
throw
go.
your
Robert knows. Robert knows.
not
For
worth it
this
for this
shit
shit.
team. LOL.
Dan, again, in the words of Harvey Dent, the night is darkest just before the dawn.
It's so dark right now. I can't even see. You know what's another quote that I love? Shout out to Coach Pompa, one of my best, coaching mentors. He'd always tell us on Saturday after a Friday night game, the sun came up, Coach. And now the joke is where I send it back to him. I'm like, Coach, where's the sun? I haven't seen it in a few weeks. What the hell's going on, dude? This is unbelievable. Where the hell's the sun?
Dustin, that is right. Profar did play for awful for the Rockies. Sometimes you need the right fit. I get it, but I just don't know if the Chargers want to go back.
Over.
That's not. The World Series starts on Friday.
Yeah, okay, cool, exciting.
Yeah, Amari would have been a good pickup for these guys, but I mean, you still have Deontay Johnson. You still have and you have Njoku. You have some other guys out there that I'm sure guys would bring in. But Dan, going back, what would you have done on that 4th and 4 after the missed call by?
I you're talking about just going or kicking?
Yeah,
I think you got to go, dude. Like the defense, I think was out there a lot of the night. They're exhausted. They kind of gave up some stuff. They weren't playing as well as they have. Especially your offense hasn't scored anything. Especially because the most important thing, right, at that point, you get the first down, you ice the game, right? You can kill the clock. You can make them use all their timeouts. Even if, let's just say you kick the field goal if you get the first down. But you can kill the clock at least, which is the most important thing. Obviously, they left too much time on the clock. Obviously, that was a terrible call. All things can be true at once. But, they just didn't play well enough to win tonight. Kicking, what was it, 5 field goals or whatever? It's not going to win you games, dude. It's not going to win you games. You got to figure out in the red zone how to get people open, how to get into the back of the end zone. Like that's been their toughest feat this whole time.
yeah.
Number one is maximizing turnovers. Another thing is sustaining drives. Then the other one is putting points on the board, dude. That's been the greatest problem all year.
Is the air out of Coke Zero or the Modelo?
It's just beer. It's just beer. It's just beer, anger, hatred, all of the above. I just can't believe this.
Jesus, Brett, why would we do that? DJ Chark is coming to light the world on fire.
I hope so, Brett. Let's put that positive energy out there because I don't know what else is doing it right now. I just don't think they're going to trade for anyone. I'll say it right now. I'll say it right here on this program. I'll take a shot in the dark. I'm not in the building. I don't talk to anyone in the building. I have no idea. I don't think they're going to trade for anything because, again, I think whereas the previous administration thought, they knew how to draft and did all these things, didn't work out that way. I think now it's the other way around. If they keep their draft picks, he's actually going to know who to pick up. Like, they had, a couple guys late in the draft, rookies making plays and things like that. So, Boltillo, we're going to suit you up and get you out there. Let's see it. I just don't think they're going to trade for anyone, honestly. I think they're going to ride this year out because they understand, like, the thing that people have to understand, okay, and this is the hardest thing, okay? This is the hardest thing people have to understand about this year. Okay. Right now, Jim Harbaugh is building a house. Same with Joe Ortiz. We always forget about him, but it's not on purpose. Jim Harbaugh's just
don't forget about Trilo now.
I know. Don't forget about Joe now. Joe's also a part of the team calling the shots. But they're building a house right now, right? What comes first in a home when you build a home? The foundation. The foundation is not sexy like the, glass on the wall that makes you see through and, not a 4-door garage or whatever. It's just putting it brick by brick and making sure the sumbitch ain't going to come down. Does that make sense? This is what it looks like. It's not going to be pretty. It's going to be ugly most times. That's just what it looks like. You can tell the identity that they want is to be physical up front. So far, they haven't had that. They don't have the horses to do that. I think, in all honesty, as much flack as they'll get me, Roman deserves a little bit of credit for trying to, change the emphasis in the game plan of, okay, the run game's really not working tonight. Let's start trying to push these guys back out of the box, get lighter boxes. Let's make the throw a threat, even though sometimes they have pressure and other things and of course you got dummies getting paid, supposed professionals dropping open passes, but whatever, that's besides the point. But they changed the emphasis. They're like, let's try and get these guys out of the box. Let's try and make them respect our throw. And hopefully that'll get us some lighter boxes and we'll be able to run the football. It wasn't pretty. They didn't score a touchdown, but credit's due on that one because they started throwing the ball a lot more.
Going back to some of the questions that were asked, DJ Chark isn't taking up a roster spot right now. They just activated his 21-day window, but he does not count as a roster spot. Joey Bosa does count as a roster spot, but they must have thought that he would have been back by now, and they must have not thought that he needed to be on IR. So if Bosa plays next week, what would that be? He's missed 3 games so far, so yeah, that would have been the 4th, I guess. But I mean, yeah, I don't know. If they trade for any, yeah, I do agree with this. They probably will trade for like a guard, not a guard or a center. Cornerback is a position that I feel like they could target, but yeah, it hasn't looked pretty. Felix, I think
every ugly branch down the tree for now.
Felix asked, do you think that they're keeping Brendan Rice on the roster for just name, or do they want to or why just give him the 1 snap? Felix, I think they feel like if they would have released him, somebody would have picked him up right now or on the 53-man roster. What's going to be interesting is when they have to activate DJ Chark, who is going to be the one that gets released? Is it going to be him or Simi Fehoko? And there's where it's going to be really interesting because one of them might get picked up. Right now, they have a bunch of receivers on the roster, but they're going to need to release somebody. Michael Bandy. They're going to need to release somebody to make room for that. So Dustin is really...
I like what he's saying right here, though. We don't need to trade for defense. We're holding teams to 20 points a game. We can't score. Is there any elite center we could trade for that is just going to be a field general? Who's going to know how to move these guys? Like, where can I get Jeff Saturday or Corey Lindsey was pretty good when he was in there, but Nick Hardwick, maybe we'll suit his ass up, even though he's lost a little weight.
Dustin, Jalen Reagor was just brought up. He was activated, so he doesn't count as a roster spot. He was just activated for this game, and then he's going to go down. So, but yeah, I like I said, the only thing is the only reason why 2 out of those 3 trades don't work. Boltillo said, "Put Big Compa Dan at center."
And I'll get a whole offseason in me. I'll be ready to go next season, baby.
The problem is that you still play Njoku, you still play DeAndre Hopkins. So I just wonder if either one of those 2 guys, if those teams would trade them, knowing that they're going to face them pretty soon. Deontay Johnson, I really think that he would. He could add something, especially down the field, crossing routes, all that stuff. I really feel like he could add something. But I think right now the Chargers are going to say we haven't had a complete offensive game yet because we haven't had all of our receivers. So I think they're going to give it 2 games with Quentin Johnston, DJ Chark, all these guys, and then they're going to evaluate where they're at and see what they go do. The AFC is not that good this year. So a 9-8 could get you into the playoffs. But I really do think that these guys are better than that. It's just that they haven't been able to put it together on both sides. So it's just like one of their troubling stats that they haven't been able to bring down the quarterback at all in the last few games. And then not just that, but on offense, they haven't been able to score a touchdown. I think their last touchdown was that touchdown by J.K. Dobbins, the one where he stretches out and throws it. So it just
I like what you're saying, Brett.
Wouldn't mind Hopkins since he's on my fantasy bench. But if you guys want to know how Dan's feeling right now, this is a correct representation.
I'm at Moe's, damn it. What more do you need to know?
They can't fake it anymore, Danny. The chickens have come home to roost. They've been running a scam for 30 years, and now they're roosted. This entire organization is fraudulent. Grifters all the way down, con artists, charlatans. Danny, the only way we can solve this, and I've been thinking long and hard about this, Danny, the only way we solve this is we bully the old man. We bully the worst member of the silent generation.
Exactly.
Has to get a taste of his own medicine. We need to make January 6th look like a walk in the park.
I don't think we need to call for that, but
is there anyone better than Shane Irving? Oh
You.
my God, I love those clips. No. Like Mike Tyson said when they asked him who was better between him or Ali, and Tyson's response was, "Every head must bow, and I bow my head to you, the master." Shane Irving is amazing.
Yeah, Robert, I mean, that you just have to go with great coaching and the defense. I mean, Hilberto today said the reason why the Chiefs keep on winning, excuse me, is because nobody assigned Steve Spagnuolo off of the Chiefs as a head coach. He thinks that if somebody would sign him, that maybe
I already have some bastard hitting me up, some cheese eater from Wisconsin. God damn it. I hate this team. It's always funny when people try and, don't you just love that? I go out of,
It's incredible that Herbert's only thrown one interception. The team as a whole only has 3 turnovers. Well, yeah, 4 turnovers now.
How are we going to lose to the Cardinals, Frown? Why do good things happen? Why do bad things happen to good people? What's going on? Can you answer that?
No.
Why are we suffering? What is this? What did Dino do? What's going on? I don't want to make a joke about him being on some list because I don't want to get hit with a, defamation thing. What the hell is going on over here?
Yeah,
Something's in the water. Something's in the water. And it's enough. I've had enough of this. We need to have hope.
Let's quickly go and see what Jim Harbaugh had to say after the loss tonight.
This idiot's texting me that he can hear me crying in IB. I hate this fool.
Okay, that didn't work.
He's just gonna do the wide eye thing and be like, "Oh well." Let me tell you, I can't. Exactly. Brett's right. Sometimes it bounces the right way. Sometimes it bounces the wrong way.
When is it going to bounce the right way for you, Dan?
I don't know, Frau. That's $1 million question. Damn it. Oh, this is funny. Yeah, that's funny. That's the real bad mojo right there. Pistons owner bought some extra bad luck. Him, Hilberto, Dino, we can't counteract everybody. That's like, the Avengers right there of bad luck just getting together, trying to screw the rest of us.
I don't know what to tell you, Dan.
It's just we're tanking. That's what it is. We're tanking.
I don't think
no more wins. No more wins. Let's go. I can't agree more with both of you. We should be 5-1. We should be 5-1. The Steelers? Are you kidding me? God, the stupid Cardinals? Are you kidding me? Kyler Murray?
Yeah.
You're gonna let Kyler Murray pick you apart like a fool when Call of Duty drops in 4 more days and he's going to disappear off the face of the earth.
And that's the problem. And both you is right. The Chargers should be 5-1, but it's mental mistakes that have hurt them. And now you're kind of at one of those points where you're going to need to string up some victories these next few weeks. And it's possible. You have New Orleans. You probably have
oh, I can't agree more, Jesse. I can't agree more. All this, crap, the drip
Some
stuff.
people even have mouthpieces already in, and they just have it for show.
It's stupid. Why can't we find that? That looks stupid. Not the gloves, not the making your own helmets for or making your own hats for Shanahan. Why can't we find that stuff?
How do you like this one?
Let's see.
The team needs to all go get baptized this weekend.
Let's all take a moment. Dear 6-pound, 8-ounce baby Jesus. Take that from Talladega Nights. I can't agree more. They need to go find a St. Jude church up there and go pray to him every single day, 8 days a week, 7 days a week. Make a new day just to get the extra day in. Whatever it takes. This is, unbelievable the way they find ways to do this. It's just crazy. Yeah, Robert's right. They could also be 1-5, but oh my God, this is just unbelievable. This is beyond belief the way these things happen. I don't know about that. I don't know about that.
It's the manner.
I'm just glad it hasn't been like something like that. You know what I mean? Like it hasn't been you're up 20 points or 15 or whatever, and then all of a sudden it hasn't happened yet. So
yeah, no, the injuries have been bred pretty bad. Guys, let me ask you guys a question. So let's just say Christian Fulton comes back, and so does Asante. I think has 2 more games left. Who? Let's just say it's Christian Fulton and Asante as your starting corners. Who's your slot? Is it Still or is it Jazier Taylor? Herbert needs to ask for a receiver weapon. That's the thing that's gonna be the interesting part is what they're gonna do with it because you could just tell. And I mean Herbert's getting frustrated. They're throwing guys out there. What? Wait, what?
I honestly don't even think.
I don't know what Botio's saying.
Where is he? My what? What? Herbert needs to speak up. Rich, they shouldn't even be out there. That's hilarious. Tar should be only there on go.
No, Brett, I think Molden. There was instances where they switched to having, where they ended up having Molden and Alohi up top, and then they put Derwin in the box.
They thought you said, who's your slot?
Oh my God, Boltillo, are you serious? Oh my God.
Boltillo over here trying to, pick up some or look to see what corn star he's going to look what corn star he's going to put in there.
Asante would have ate a Connor run tonight if he was out there. God, Brett.
Can we not have fun? We have to have fun, fellas. Everybody who's in the chat. We appreciate all these funny comments, especially. We all have to laugh together to get through this pain. You have no idea how many times I just want to gouge out my own eyes like that Greek mythology thing. Just terrible. I just can't do it. I can't do it anymore. Mucho stress, like Ho Kim said, or whatever his name is. Kim, what's his name? Ho Kim. No, I have his nickname. Kim Seong. What's his name?
Hassan Kim.
There you go, Hassan Kim. Mucho stress. I need a smoke. This is terrible.
This
is terrible.
Yeah.
Yeah, too many Modelos tonight. I had one tall boy. I didn't think I was going to finish it. Here I am at the end of the damn can. Oh, that's hilarious. You know it. I know it. You know it, and I know it. He make business decisions. He ain't his daddy. I wonder who he's talking about. Who are you talking about, Brett? Who are you talking about? Oh, I'm with you, Rich. I can't take this anymore either. My God. Following because they're going. Oh, my God. Just little things. But that's what we're talking about, Rich. Little things like that. Reaching out, not securing the football, and fumbling. Just little stupid mental errors. My God.
And even like we said, let me go back to this. Okay, so obviously they fumble the first drive.
Myself if I try and smash this on my head.
Oh, no, don't do it. They fumble their first drive, then the field goal, then they punt, and then they have the field goal. Then in the second half, they go punt, field goal, field goal, field goal.
My God, you're giving me PTSD from that Ravens game. I'm telling you.
Yeah, it just why is Roman in the booth in the first place? Well, Roman's in the booth because he likes the aerial view. So that's what he says. So that's what he says that he likes. He likes the aerial view. He can see things that could help the offense. So
what is he seeing? Hey, this guy can't run block to save his life. That guy can't pass block to save his life. This guy can't get open. That guy can't get open. I could tell him from being at home. I could tell him that shit.
Yeah, Brett. Kaiser White had a good game tonight. I saw him all over the field. He was moving around and one TD in the second half, and it was in the first game. None after that. Yeah, no, they. God, Boltillo.
Oh, what is it? Let me find
Chill.
it. Let me find it. Let me
He
find
said,
it.
"Hell no, we know why. Bro is eating hot dogs all game long."
Who's he talking about?
Greg Roman.
I'm
Yeah,
just
this
glad he
was
ca-
this
I'm
was
just
the
glad he
rough
cut to
one.
Justin, man.
The Cardinals fumbled and it went right to McBride's hands, and that was a good knockout by Cam Hart.
Yeah.
Peanut Tillman would have been happy about that one. So yeah, it was just the ball just didn't bounce their way tonight. I mean, they're gonna have to
Are you
get it
telling me
going because
it's like what Andrés Guardado said? A veces el fútbol te da y a veces te quita. Hoy nos quitó.
I just and I understand the frustration, but I just
Oh,
really
I'm sick of it. This is
no, I
supposed
know,
to
but I really don't know where they're gonna get offensive production
come out and sponsor your boy Coca-Cola.
if
Sponsor
it's
the
not.
program.
And that's what I'm telling you. Like, that's why I truly feel like they're gonna say we're gonna give it a week with DJ Chark. We're gonna give it a week with Quentin John, with everybody. If we have everybody, let's see what it looks like, and then we'll make a determination. But I
I'm
just feel
telling
like
you,
can't.
I'm telling you, honestly, even if they do that and they look terrible, I still don't think they're going to trade for anybody. That's just my opinion. I don't think they're going to trade for anybody.
Right,
I think
Jesus.
they're going to ride this out. What did Brett? I like the funny ones. Let's see.
No, don't put it up though. But I just, yeah,
I
I
wonder
just
who he's
really.
talking about. That's funny.
Oh, come on, you don't know who he's talking about? He's talking about a cornerback position.
Yeah, I assume.
26.
That's what I figured. Okay, that's what I figured.
Jesus. Oh, Mark. He said, Coke will sponsor you de la Sinaloa.
I'm not trying to get housed next to El Chapo, Mark. That's the comment of the night. That's a good one right there.
But yeah, moving forward, I mean, they're gonna have to do more, and the problem is that they're struggling to move. Like, they can move the offense, but once they get into the other opponent's yard line, they just can't put the ball in the end zone, and that's really where their struggle is. And on defense, you cannot have performance. Like, basically what they did tonight on defense was kind of a continuation of what happened in the fourth quarter in Denver.
Don't even get me started.
And that's
that
the
one
worst
was
part.
so close.
And I
that
get
one was
it.
so close.
But no, and this is the problem, Dan. You only allowed 17 points to an offense that was moving you up and down the field. And on the other side of it, it's like your offense just can't put up any points. And that's kind of been the struggle. And that's why when last week, a lot of people were saying, oh, it's getting close. Like, the offense is almost there. No, it's not. They just keep Justin Herbert masks a lot of the problems that this team has.
That's
and
fact.
And there you go. Dustin's right. It kind of looks like the Ravens. They never really have stud wide receivers. And that's a problem when you have a quarterback like Herbert. When you have a quarterback like Lamar Jackson, in a sense, you can kind of get away with it because he uses his legs. He runs. He does all that stuff.
Yeah.
And oh my God, Brett. But but then you look at
Yo, that might be, man, they're just outdoing themselves on the comments of the night. That's hilarious.
And what I'm going with is that Herbert masked a lot of the problems that this team has. Why? Because he puts the ball on it. But there was multiple times tonight where Herbert was putting the ball right in these guys' hands and they would drop it. Like, there was one by Stone Smart. There was another by Disley. There was two by Ladd McConkey. So there was a lot of different that's what's happening right now. And so it's one of those things where they need to bring in a playmaker that's going to help Herbert out. If not, it's going to be one of those seasons where you're at the end, you're kind of like, oh, like what's his name? Anthony Lynn's first season. Remember, they were a couple plays away from from making the playoffs, and instead Buffalo got in, even though the Chargers had blown out Buffalo earlier in the year. So it's one of those things where they're going to need, and they missed the playoffs. The Chargers are going to need to really look at themselves and say, hey, we need to do something about the drop passes. So I don't know. And the thing is that teams like the Chiefs, other teams like that, they don't take this, and like winning teams Teams that win consistently, they don't take stuff like this lying down and they just say, oh, well, we just got to be better on offense. They turn around, they make decisions happen. Like last year, there was a lot of drops. So what does Andy Reid do? He benches Sky Moore. He benches Kadarius Toney, and then he features Rashee Rice a lot more. And obviously, Ladd McConkey's he's a really good receiver. Like he has playmaking ability. The only problem is that Ladd does not look good right now. So again, they need to go do something and come and bring somebody in, because it's not going to get easier at this point. I mean, towards the back end of the season, you have to go to Atlanta, you have to go to Kansas City. Tampa Bay is going to come here, and I know Tampa Bay got beat up by the Ravens, but the Chargers are going to need to improve this offense if they're going to want anything to go with them. So I just I don't know. I really think that they need something.
I love what Brett says here. F it. We're at that time in the year. Bring Gates back for the red zone only.
Oh my God.
I definitely feel this. I feel this, Rich. I feel it. I feel that, Rich. I was yelling that a few times during the games along with profanity. I like what Dustin says right here. We should have at least kept one of them, but I understand they needed clear cap space. Maybe we should have traded either Bosa or Mack instead and kept Allen. But I mean, I totally agree that could have been a good idea. But I mean, it is what it is. It's in the past. Now you got to
Robert. That's what really turned the game around is when Mike Evans got hurt. Dustin, the only reason why T. Higgins, I don't feel like that's gonna be. That's gonna be. The reason why I don't think that's going to happen is just because the Chargers play the Bengals in a couple of weeks. And that's the problem that I'm saying they have with Njoku, and that's the problem that they have with DeAndre Hopkins, is that they play all those guys coming up, and I just don't know if they're going to want to do that. The only thing I can see happen is maybe if they do a baseball thing where they play the game and right after they end up trading the play, like an Olave or an Njoku or one of those guys. But yeah, this is oh my God.
Oh, we got it on fire tonight.
No, I'm telling you, Chargers fans are way funnier after losses.
I love it. I love it.
Yeah, I just don't know why these offensive struggles are just going to continue unless they do something else. But again, I really do feel like they're going to try and go with I really do feel like they're going to try and say, oh, it's DJ Chark, it's we need Quentin Johnson back, and then we'll get it going. We'll get it moving. We'll get it all this. And I just really don't think that's going to happen. I think they're going to need somebody that's going to come in here. Even if Deontay Johnson's just a 1-year rental, at least do something. Njoku, I think, has a cap hit that I don't think they're going to want to bring on. But Dan, I agree with you. They're going to need in the offseason, they're going to need to bring in.
I apologize, Robert. You have no idea. I'm about to piss my pants laughing. This is so good. Let's keep it up, dude. Don't worry, Rob. I love seeing all this.
He is at Njoku has how many years left? Oh, he only has next year left on his contract. He has this year and then next year, but his base salary jumps up. Oh, because they must have slashed it. So this year he would only count for 1.2 million. And then next year he jumps up to 14 million.
I love what Alex says here.
He's only 29. He's only 28 years old. Why? Well, I guess.
I'm telling you,
what happened?
I still don't think they're. I love what Alex says right here. I think if they signed God himself, he would struggle as in charge.
Oh my God.
We got to laugh about it. Everybody in the chat. Shout out to all you.
People are really pissed at Joey.
I don't blame him. I'm pissed too. I'm tired of this.
Third in Jesus Christ. Imagine this team without Mac. Never want to hear the name Bosa or his face again.
Yeah.
Wonder what Darnario Alexander's up to. Jesus, you guys are all you guys are really on one. But I don't know. I just don't know.
Robert. I don't blame you for being that pissed off then. 47 plus years of this. Oh, gee. So wow. Yeah, that's kind of crazy. I'm only at year 28. So and even then, I'm getting tired of this. My God, it's unbelievable.
I hope Dan doesn't get to that point, Robert.
All we need is one. All we need is one, don't we, Rob? We're not selfish anymore. We don't need a Patriot dominance. All we need is one to get, that exhilaration, that excitement. We, drink heavily the night, maybe even do some drugs, experiment. We'll see what happens, but at least that one time, that one parade, is that too much to ask? My God.
Gio, you don't want Michael Thomas. There's a reason why nobody's brought him in yet. So
Michael Thomas, what year is this? Is he still alive? Is he on a team?
No, Robert. No. Don't say that. Don't.
You guys are going too fast now. I can't read. Now my eyes are all over the place.
He said, "I'll be dead by then."
Oh no, please no.
No, Robert, don't say that.
Yeah, there you go. I like what Brett said. Next year's the year.
Oh my God. But yeah, no, I mean, just one of those games. The Cardinals have just jumped back into contention in the NFC West.
Angel, you better jump in there tomorrow and let them know that. I'm going to bring up this comment tomorrow. I don't want to pull it up because it says a naughty word. Kid show. But that's
Juan went to the game. He said, "I'm here in Arizona. I just want to go back to Cali. We invaded the stadium."
Oh, but don't you love how they briefly talk about that, Juan? And it's like any Chargers home game, they bring it up like 4 or 5 times. Owens and Ocho. Hey, they could probably still supposedly Ocho can still lace him up. He was talking about going in and burning all those Colorado boys. Empty.
Yeah, honestly, Blue Dream, I don't know, but it was bad.
I couldn't agree with you more, Blue Dream. My God, we are the most hated franchise in the world. Jesus name, the way we get screwed.
Dan Robert says that tonight's an X-rated show. Jesus.
That's how it started, but I'm trying. Woosah. We're having a good time. We're laughing here together at least. We'll get through this together. Everybody in the chat.
So, Kaepernick in the slot, Rondon.
Oh, my God. Blue Dream, you're so right. The ref, the league, everything is just so crazy how watered down it is. It's just unbelievable.
But, all right, we've been on here for an hour. We got to get – yeah, a lot of people were really pissed off about it being on ESPN+. Oh, they explained what charging was? Oh, I didn't even hear that, Angel. That's interesting.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah, the commentary. I was so tired of Dan Orlovsky. Like, my God.
Jesus, Boltio, my God.
We're going to say a prayer for you, Boltio. We're going to say a prayer for you. You're going to need it, my guy. Jesus' name.
Robert, Felix, I completely agree on that.
Jesus doesn't hate you. He just hates the Chargers.
Trade Herbert, useless franchise. Should have sent him to Minnesota if this was the offense that was going to be run out and just drafted JJ. Awful. All Chargers O-line is still bad, and we passed on Neighbors.
Oh, God, it just breaks my heart.
Oh, Blue Dream, we appreciate you, man. He said,
pull it up.
Hold on, I'm trying to get it. Oh,
I got it.
Sorry. Oh,
damn it, we did it twice. All right, go.
At least I can appreciate having you guys help over there. We can't get any fairness in this league. Yeah. Dan was pissed off at Dan Orlovsky.
I can't. He's just as bad as, my God, Tony Romo. Jesus,
Boltio, my God.
Boltio. That would make
Boltio has to be a couple of drinks in. Like, there's no way this is all.
Boltio, would that not make all the problems go away? Honestly, you'd forget about it right away.
So yeah, obviously, again, thank you guys so much for jumping on. We've been on here for an hour, so we gotta get off. Tomorrow's a long day, so again, we're always here for you guys. We will be back earlier this week. We'll be back on Wednesday, so we can still talk a little bit about this game, and then obviously, which Charger fan isn't a couple of drinks in? Only way to watch a full game. Yeah, Juan, there were some interesting calls tonight, but at the end of the day, I mean, it's all on the 22 guys that were out there, and the Chargers couldn't get it done. Oh my God, Alex, are you kidding?
Hey, Alex, my sources are confirming she's going to be the new trainer out in Cleveland. We'll see what happens out there.
Oh my God. Again, thank you guys so much for jumping on with us. We will be back. We will be back tomorrow, so make sure you guys come back in. Tomorrow, I think the fans aren't gonna like this. The first thing is gonna be House of Horns, so that's at 6 o'clock. But at 7, it's gonna be all 4 compas. Dan will be there, so make sure.
Shout out, Angel.
So at 7 o'clock, it'll be all 4 compas. So make sure you guys jump on. Make sure you guys are ready to go because we'll have a lot of. I'm sure Hilberto will have a lot to talk about tomorrow at 7 o'clock. So make sure you guys come in at 7, settle down. This week, guys, we will not be doing What's Up Bolts on Thursday. Dan has a commitment to go to, so Wednesday we will be doing it at, oh my God, Boltillo. We're gonna do the show on Wednesday at 6:45. So make sure you guys tune in Wednesday at 6:45. 6:45, 7. We're gonna jump on, and his Raiders look like garbage. So make sure you guys
Angel, make sure you get in there tomorrow and you let them know. Get everybody in there.
So make sure you guys tune in on Wednesday at 7 o'clock, 6:45 to 7. We're gonna jump on, preview the game against the New Orleans Saints. So make sure you guys are here. We're gonna talk. We're gonna break down the whole game. So again, thank you guys so much for being here. And then obviously Sunday, the same thing happens. That's been happening all season. As soon as the game's over, I'll head down to the locker room. I'll grab some stuff, and then we'll jump back on, Dan and I, and we will discuss everything that happened in the game. Dan, hit him with it.
Gilberto Manzano. Gilberto Manzano is a scumbag.
Again, thank you guys so much. You guys are the best. Don't forget, it's only one game. There are more to come. So
that's why it's called Overreaction Monday. We'll just make any time the Chargers play, we'll make it an overreaction day. F it. Who cares? We'll overreact for the whole time.
So don't forget, again, all 4 compas tomorrow at 7 p.m. So make sure you guys jump in. And then ready to make Rattler look like Tom Brady. Alex, my God. And then Wednesday, guys, don't forget 6:45 to 8, or 6:45 to 7, Dan and I will jump on, preview Chargers and Saints. Again, thank you guys so much. I know it was tough to come in here, but we hope we made this a little bit better for you guys. You guys are the best. We love all you guys.
Shout out.
Don't forget to check out everything else on Compas on the Beat Network. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. See you guys on Tuesday at 7 p.m. and then on Wednesday, 6:45 to 7 to preview this game. Thank you guys. Dan, get us out of here.
Be a compa, tell a compa. We lose to the Saints, we're going to riot.